Hi everyone, Diane here. Welcome to my studio. Today I am feeling, a bit blah, and I opened up a sketchbook or a book. This one here, this Canson XL mixed media book, and I came across this painting which I did a couple of weeks ago as a video for you, and I was looking at that and thinking, what a lovely owl. I actually really was quite pleased with this painting, and I thought it would appeal to people, but it has done remarkably badly. So I'm feeling rather sad, actually, about that one. On the other hand, we did something like this. This one here, actually, was the inspiration the inspiration for this, and anyway, that's been doing really well. So I realized that people don't actually want to paint things anymore, and that's, I mean, not you, I'm not talking about you, because I know that you probably enjoy painting animals and specific flowers and things that are out there in nature. But when I came back to the studio this morning, Tamsin had been out for a walk with the dogs, and she'd put this beautiful feather on the desk for me. I don't know what bird that's come from, but it's beautiful, isn't it? So anyway, what I wanted to say was I'm feeling a tremendous sense of loss today. I don't know why. I think the world is disappearing. So enough of that. I'm going to try to kick myself out of a really sad mood, and I'm going to paint something like this. I don't know why. I've been taking Bach flower remedies, which I think is something that helps when you're feeling down. So I've got Star of Bethlehem, Rock Rose, and honeysuckle in there to, as I say, try to kick me out of my down mood. And I know I'm not by any means alone in this, but I do feel sometimes sad, and I've suffered all my life with a certain kind of depression which runs in the family. So today's one of those days when I'm feeling it a bit. And instead of painting something which I hope will get lots of views and doesn't, I'm going to paint something which I don't think will get any views at all. And if it does, so well and good. So there we are. I'm going to use the Kuretake Art Nouveau set here. And I'm going to major on a few of these colours here. So, no, I'm not. This side. These greens. Hang on a second, I probably ought to take them out. I always think it's better if I take them out. So that one, and that one. Come out. I believe in restricted palette. I do. I believe in the restricted palette. So then we will use this one. The reason why is because that way it's always more harmonious. So we'll put those there, and I had prepared this one, but I'm going to change my mind and waste your time while I just take these out of here, because I quite like to put them with a bit of blue tack on the underneath. Like that. And then they don't move around too much while I'm using them. And there we go. That's my colour selection from the Art Nouveau set. Get rid of that. Okay, so let's see what we can do. I don't know where this is going to go, so let's put put that over there. I'm copying my, what do you call it, practice run. And we'll see. Should probably sit down. I've got a nice new chair that I had for my birthday. And I'm going to paint large leaves very wetly, very bigly. Just using this brush. This is a Craftamo brush. It's part of the set that we are producing in conjunction with Craftamo. And they will be available. They've just informed me there's going to be a bit of a delay, but they will be available on the 15th of November. That's what they're now saying. So I'm going to pick up a little bit more green, different green, and just drop that in to these nice loose leaves and let that blend. And then just run that down. And on the days when, like today for me, when you feel a bit sort of shaky and your hands shake, sometimes that's the best. And I'm just putting in some little serrations down the side of these leaves by using the point of the brush. Can shape them a little bit better if you want. And then I'm going to mix a little bit of blue. This is, I don't know, is this blue or is this green? And let's come in here. Let's put a stem coming up here. You could probably call these my signature leaves by now. I've done them so often. You never really know, do you, what you're going to... Now we come with this one. This isn't what I meant to paint, but you can't control it. If you're painting from the heart, you just have to, you know, go with the flow. That's a bit of a cliche, but it's kind of true. So let's do some more rounded ones over here, perhaps. That's always fun when you drop the pigment into the wet place, especially with these particular paints. I know you're probably fed up with hearing me say how much I like these Kuretake paints, but they are liberating. I can't think of a better word. They certainly have helped me to feel more free than I did before. I realised that for a long time I've been painting things I wasn't really that interested in, things like landscapes and so on. Because everybody does, don't they? Everybody does that. Landscapes, that is to say. And some people are so good at it. Oliver Pyle is the one that comes to mind. I don't know if you've seen him. He's got a YouTube, Oliver Pyle, P-Y-L-E. He spells his name. And he's a very, very distinguished artist. A man, of course. Men seem to often specialise in landscapes, and they make women look, well, women like me anyway, meaningless. Who's the other one? Paul Clark. He's a very skilled artist too. you've probably watched some of his videos. I always get the feeling that he's the kind of artist, and this is not meant as a deprecating comment, but the kind of artist who would have been very good at illustrating Janet and John books and things like that. You know, the mid-1900s. If you're American, you probably don't know Janet and John, but reading books for children. And I used to love them, and I used them with my kids as well as myself when I was learning. The beautiful, fairly accurate paintings that were in all the books in those days. Nowadays it's all synthetic and makes you furious. I was looking at an advert on Instagram. I never, ever, and I'm never going again. I never go to Instagram, but today for some reason I thought I ought to check it out. And so I went and had a look, and it's all adverts. And then someone said, "Oh," he said on this advert, "you probably think that I'm a real person talking to you, but I'm not. This advert is completely generated by AI. And you would never know it. You wouldn't know, because it looks like a real man and it sounds like a real man, and I don't know what the world's coming to. I don't know what that's going to lead to." You can take this this video as a. I'm going to put some berries on, like, you know, Lindsay. She does Sat Chat, and I know you will have watched her, and I do too sometimes, and I think it's a really good idea to do something like that. And if I had the watch power to be able to dedicate a video to that, I probably should, actually, because one of the things about being a YouTuber is that it actually saps your strength. And it's very strange, because you can be perfectly aware of it. You know it's going to happen. You know it is happening, but you try to stop it happening, but you can't. It just does. It takes away your energy. Or something. I don't know. I don't know what it does. Maybe it's just the Wi-Fi waves or something eating into your skull. I don't know. Anyway, it's not time for Christmas yet. I don't want to start with Christmas trees. I don't want to start with too much in the way of Christmassy stuff. But what? Anyway, whatever. But nothing. But just so there we are. That's what I thought I would say. And then you think to yourself, as a YouTuber, you think, oh my goodness me, I'm going to sound so self-absorbed and all about me kind of thing. But I don't know. Shut up, Diane. Try and think of something a bit more cheerful to say. Okay. Nice and green. So at this point, it now needs to be dried. I could put in some more lines on some of these by scraping away at the paint for my veins. We often do this, don't we? Where they're nice and wet, you can do that. And if it's a certain amount of wetness, then you get light ones. And if it's another certain amount of wetness, you get dark ones. So And then when this is dry, I could embellish it with line work, or I could put in some pink flowers or something like that, because I was thinking maybe I'll do that. Perhaps I'll try putting in some flowers in the background. I don't know if this is going to work, but starting to look like hibiscus. Yeah, they do look a bit like hibiscus leaves, don't they? Yes, it's looking a bit like a hibiscus hedge. I'm just putting blobs. Blobbity blob. Maybe we need a bit of darker red, perhaps, in the centres, maybe grey. A bit of shadow, just let that spread and be centre. Okay, I'm going to dry that. So I could leave this like this. It's not bad, but I think I'm going to go ahead, and I've got my Fudenasuki Tombow brush pen here, which has hard and soft, wide and narrow possibilities on the nib. So in other words, if you press hard, you make a thick line, and if you press lightly, you get a thin line, so you can go like that. And there's quite a lot of fun to be had. Quite relaxing once you get started. Takes a bit of courage sometimes to plunge in, but I'll try and do it a little bit differently this time from what I've done before. So I don't know how yet until I try. Maybe sort of more, even more sketchy than usual, perhaps. Maybe less of each branch. I tend to keep away from the actual shape that I've painted and kind of come in with a completely different drawing. Really, I suppose that's what I'm doing. So using the paint as a background and then doing something else over the top. And you can correct any mistakes, emphasize any things that you like. Definitely pulls the whole thing into a better shape. I don't know what kind of plant this is. I don't know whether, do hibiscus have berries? I ought to know. I don't think they do. I don't know. I ought to know. We had enough of them when we lived in the Bahamas, and I don't know if I'll do all of them, maybe just some. Maybe if we leave sort of some of these smaller ones and just kind of embellish the bigger ones. That might be the best way to go. I love the way the paint kind of runs out of control. Gives you these lovely blotchy, blurry things. Okay, I think just then this one, and then we'll be done. This is a good way actually of improving your drawing skills, because everything isn't dependent on your drawing. You've got the colour there, so reverse colour book principle, colouring book principle. You've got the colour there first, and then you can do your drawing, and it's not all dependent on your skill as a drawer. So if you don't, you don't have to make it accurate. That's what I'm trying to say. It can just be any old how. And I'm not going to go around the flowers. I'm just going to leave those as kind of blotches. And I think I'm probably going to leave it about there, because I think maybe that one's crying out to me for a bit more of a vein. But I think that's fine. And so here's the feather that got me started today, and Art Nouveau set, nice soft colours. So I'll just pick that up to show you. Probably would be quite nice, a design like this, as something for a junk journal or something like that, or whatever you want to do with it. So I hope you enjoyed that short one, and I'll see you again soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave comments below. And I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now, everybody. Bye-bye.